checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe.
Main event, Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page versus MJF versus Samoa Joe. They had a good match. They had a pay-per-view main event worthy match, but it was also kind of a forgettable match. In 3 weeks, I can remember 3 things about this match. Swerve Strickland's Green Lantern gear. In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape Swerve sight. I'm going to remember the Ops interfering, and then it's being ejected, and then really leading to nothing. And I remember the finish, which was MJF pinning Joe clean. Clean as a sheet. Hit his move, won. Regaining the title. It felt kind of it felt like this is what we wanted to do for a while, but there have been assorted injuries, and MJF is busy doing other stuff, but now we can get back to what we want to do. And it felt like the rest of... almost since All In, when that was when Hangman won the title, right? Like, since then, all they wanted to do is get the belt on MJF, and they had to just kill time between now and then. But there was some fun stuff. They built up to Hangman and Swerve alone in the ring, the crowd buzzing with anticipation. They started throwing hands. I believe at one point, Prince Nana shouted, "Do it for Tacoma!"
Yeah.
Which I don't think anyone's ever shouted in their life anywhere in the world
even
before.
people in Tacoma have never shouted, "Do it for Tacoma."
They've never done anything for Tacoma. And everyone's take turns doing stuff for a while. They do the big quadruple down. It gets the obligatory standing ovation. It worked. People were way more into this than they were in the match that happened before it. That's just a fact. The intensity of the moves they are taking in turns doing starts to pick up. They're hitting finishers and other trademark moves or specialties, whatever you want to call it. That's when the Ops come out. They attack everybody. Joe hits a muscle buster on Hangman for 2. Hooks on the apron. The ref is screaming at him but not really doing anything. Swerve finally gets a stomp off the top on a Hobbs and Shabbat on the floor. No one really did anything with Hook. He just left. And the Ops was kind of ejected, even though there's no DQs in a 4-way, and no one really did anything to stop them or threaten them with anything. They just kind of said, "Guys, leave." And the Ops listened. And Hangman hits Joe with 2 buckshot lariats, but Joe won't go down. He goes for a third, but MJF shoves Joe out of the way, punts Hangman in the balls, grabs Joe, hits the heat seeker, gets the pile driver, gets the win. He is once again your world champion. And like I say, it was fun. I'm not going to remember very much about it very soon.
No, I thought it was a really good 4-way. I thought everybody looked really good. The crowd, was hot for this match. You know, hey, listen, this match started 3.5 hours into the show. Obviously, the fans had been here for the pre-show and everything like that, but usually the main event isn't starting until at least 4 hours in, 4 hours, 10 minutes in. So they were hot for the match. They were into everything. Lots of chanting, lots of, big moves, and nobody died. And then at the end, MJF...
It was actually like the safest match on the show.
I think it was the safest match on the show. And there was another thing I wanted to mention was the announcers during this match are talking about how agile Swerve is. They go, "My God, he's put on so much weight, but he's so agile still. Can you believe it?" And Bryan Danielson was like, "Nah, I can't even believe it. It's crazy." But the ironic thing is, I think he's dropped weight. I think he looked closer to his old size in this match than his new size when he first came back. So maybe he did, do those first couple of matches and think, "Whoa, I maybe should go back to closer to what I was before." So he is I think dropped some weight and is back to a better weight to do more high flying and more stuff like this. But MJF won, which I figured, and literally that's how the show ended. And it was weird because, going back and looking at everything here, I don't know where I was in the show, probably 3/4 of the way into the show, and I was like, you know what? There's been a lot of great matches, and everyone's waiting for the Death Rider to turn on Moxley. And I think it was because the one thing about this show is there were no angles.
Not really.
There were no angles here on this show. There was no big turn. There was no big, hey, this guy beat this person to get a championship. I guess there sort of was with Mercedes, but it's, it wasn't like a big angle.
Unless we just pinned somebody.
There was no return.
No turn. Nobody turned anybody.
Nobody turned. Yeah.
No surprises.
Yeah. So it was very much just, hey, let's give everyone a great show of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
With a goddamn fucking screwdriver finish.
Well, yeah, it was that, and it peaked early. It peaked in the second match.
It did peak. Nothing was following the second match.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But
they did get everybody back for the main event, which was good.
Yeah.
They did kind of start to peter out there about 2/3 of the way into the show, but they did make it back. Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, that's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify.